ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राढ्याः पारिषद्याः परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृगां यथा विनिमयः यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्तेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेत्री तन्मयतया सर्वोभिदत्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिप्रतीश्रतां तमः अन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Now, with Swami's grace, let us continue partaking a summary review of Skandam 1, 2 and 3 that we have undertaken with Bhagavan's grace. Now, in the last session, I think it was yesterday, right? We came up to Uttarai coming and praying to Bhagavan and saying when she saw the Brahmastram that being fired by Aswatthama in a fit of revenge that was hurtling towards her, and she comes running to Krishna. And that slokam is so important that I just want to repeat it before we move on to the next subject matter for today. It's slokam 189, Skandam 1, Adhyayam 8, 9th slokam. पाहि पाहि महायोगिन् देवदेव जगत्पते न अन्यं त्वत् अभयं पश्ये यत्र मृत्युः परस्परम्. In this world, everyone mutually they are enmity towards each other, Swami. They are enmity towards each other. So where will I go? Other than you, I find no other place, no other refuge. Please protect me. This is not such a beautiful slokam it is. It applies to your life and my life, right, isn't it? So we put trust on so many things in life. But parasparam mrityuhu, in this slokam, parasparam mrityuhu. Please always remember that. So everybody is mutually enigmatic towards each other in this world. So the only place of refuge is Bhagavan. Pahi Pahi, Mahayogin, Devadeva, Jagatpate, Na Anyam Tvat Abhayam Pasye. Okay. Na Tvat Abhayam, Na Anyam Pasye. Other than you, Anyata Sharanam Nasti. Like that. Okay. Very important slogan that we can use it as a mantram and memorize it and recite it every day, because Bhagavan is the only and true friend, true succor, and true protector. Now, after this, Bhagavan, of course, protects the fetus in the womb that gives rise to the birth of Parikshit, which with Swami's grace we will partake in another couple of days or so. And so I'm going to skip that, how the baby was born, what happened in mother's womb, etc. Okay. Now, after the baby was saved and Yudhishthira has performed the 3 Aswamedha Yagangas, and Krishna was about to depart from Dwaraka, this time Kunti comes running to him. And then she worships him. She talks to him actually. We call it a stuti and all that. But she actually speaks to him. Kunti Uvacha. And it's so beautiful, the discussion between Bhakta and Bhagavan is a conversation actually. It's really nothing like, praising and all that. And another thing is, when we talk about, we call this in our parlance, we use the word Kunti Stuti. Okay? And if you look at Bhagavatam saying, it says Kunti Uvacha. Please remember that. Kunti Uvacha, Kunti said. Now, the other thing is, when we hear that in this Kunti Stuti, the main thing is, oh Swami, please give us more and more difficulties again and again, so that we'll always be remembering you, we'll always think of you. And people say that is what Kunti is asking from Bhagavan, Krishna, in this Stuti. But I will wait till we come to the very last sloka of exactly what she is asking. Okay? And also whether was she rewarded, was that given to her by Bhagavan, what she asked for. So we keep our focus on the Stuti, every slokam in this, what Kunti speaks to Krishna is nectarine. And I know that it is not, it's beyond me to share the sweetness and the efficacy and the import and the depth of feeling that Kunti has for Bhagavan Krishna that flows out in each of these slokas. And to summarize it in a very limited way, takes a skill that is definitely beyond me, and it would be appropriate to enjoy these in much, much more detail and depth. And we have the essence of Bhagavatam right here. Okay. So we'll start. Slokam number 18 in Adhyayam 8, Skandam 1. So, with your permission, with Bhagavan's grace, I'm going to read all the slokas today, even if we go a little bit beyond our allotted time. Please chalk it to your company with Bhagavan, because this is the most important that we have to do in life, and nothing else is as important. And I will take you through each slokam, and then give you a meaning in English, okay, instead of giving you padartham. Okay? And it starts from 18 and goes up to 43, okay, in this adhyayam. Please jot it down. Very important. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Iswaram Prakrutehe Param Alakshyam Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bhagihi Avasthitam. I will read the slokam twice and then give you the meaning. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Iswaram Prakrutehe Param Alakshyam Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bhagiravasthitam. Namaskaram to you. Who are you? You are the original being, the supreme person, the master and protector of all, the one who transcends beyond the Prakriti. And you are indwelling, living within and without of all things. But Swami, no one can see you directly. Sloka 19. Maya Javanika Achannam Ajna Adokshadam Avyayam Na Lakshyase Muda Drisa Nato Natyadharo Yatha. Number 19. Maya Javanika Achannam Ajna Adokshadam Avyayam Na Lakshyase Muda Drisa Nato Natyadharo Yatha. When you go and see a play, you see the actor, but you don't see the real person when you see the actor. It is like that, Swami. We're not able to see you, your real self, is what she says. And the overall meaning is, how can an ignorant person like me know you? From the previous local, she says, nobody can know you. No, nobody can see you directly. So how can I know you, Swami? Because what are you? You are beyond the senses. You're a changeless spirit, and you have hidden yourself behind the screen of Maya. And an ignorant spectator cannot recognize an actor in his theatrical costume. The same way you are hidden from the vision of the ignorant man. Number 20. Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidanartham Katam Pasyena Hi Striyaha. Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidanartham Katam Pasyena Hi Striyaha. Now, number 20, Swami, when it is like that, how can we, women understand you who has taken the various avataram to teach through your leelas the real, the margam, the pathway of bhakti yogam. Even they come there to teach people who are paramahamsas, who are all doing yogis, spiritual disciplines. They all do that. And they're also parama yoginam, paramahamsanam, muninam, even for those people who have come to teach. When it is like that, how can we women understand you? Now, here women is not meant in an inferior way. Please understand. Because actually women are much superior. They are born with devotion, determination. Among the two creations, the man and woman, man is vacillating. He has to be disciplined. Determination has to come in. Whereas a stree is stiram, always stable and strong. And she may not have read the Upanishads and the Vedam and all that, but her faith in Bhagavan is unshakable. She already reached there. That is why if you go back and what you learned from your mother and grandmother and all that, or even go to a village, these trees, the women are always much more spiritually advanced and they know the knowledge. Okay? That's the meaning behind this. Slokam 21. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. 22. I'll take both together. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. She says, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namaha Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. The lotus feet. Pankajangraye means lotus feet. I agree. The meanings are very clear. These two slokams can be memorized, okay, and repeated every day. So simple. Namo Namaha. Namaskaram to you again and again and again. She worship. Then she says in 23, Yatha Rishiketa Kalena Devaki Kamsena Rudra Tichiram Sucharpita Vimochitaham Cha Sahatmaja Vibho Svayaiva Nathena Muhu Vipadganate. Yatha Rishiketa Kalena Devaki Kamsena Rudra Tichiram Sucharpita. Sucha Arpita, okay? Vimochita aham cha sahatmaja saha atmaja vibho tvaya eva nathena buhu vipadganate. Overall meaning, O Swami, Rishikesa. Rishikesa means master of the senses. One who is a master of the senses, that is Rishikesa. Gutakesa, as it comes in Bhagavad Gita, master of sleep. One who has mastered sleep. Sleep is under his control. Here, senses are under his control. The master, the Rishikesa, controller of senses, the master of senses. Swami, now, what did you do? You released the Devaki from the prison cell of wicked Kamsa. She was suffering so much. You released her. And here, and also not only that, you have also so many times saved, rescued my sons, Swami, and you are a master, and you have saved my sons from so many dangerous, perilous occasions. You have rescued them. Before she says, you have saved Devaki, and you also saved my sons. And then she describes in 24, what are the obstacles, the dangers that her sons faced. Vishan Mahagnehe Purushada Darshanat Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichritaha Mrde Mrde Aneka Maharatasthastratah Aneka Maharatasthratah Draunyatrataha Cha Asna Arehe Abhirakshitaha. She says in 24, Vishan Mahagnehe Purushada Darshanat Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichritaha Mrde Mrde Aneka Maharatasthratah Drauni Astrataha Cha Asna Arehe Abhirakshitaha. Read it once more for you. Vishan Mahagnehe Purushada Darshanat Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichritaha Mrde Mrde Aneka Maharataha Aneha Maharataha Astrataha Maharataha Astrataha. They are Astranga, they are weapons. Drauni Astrataha Cha, Drauni, the son of Drona, okay, Aswatthama Astrataha, Asna, has happened. That means this happened after Aswatthama Brahmastram was pulverized. Okay, Drauni Astratascha Asna. Asna means happened just now. Arehe wo Hari Abhirakshitaha, protecting us. Overall meaning is, Swami, many dangerous situations that you have protected us from. Because previous lokam she says you saved and protected my sons. Now she says very dangerous situation. Very murderous attempt to poison Bhimasena was there. Okay, Vishaha, remember when he was a young boy. Then the Mahagnehe, the palace was put in fire. And then Purushada, Darshanat Asat Sabhaya. Purushada means the demons. The Kauravas were acting in a demonic manner. And the humiliating Asat Sabhaya, the adharmic, the gambling meet that took place. And Vanavasa Krichritaha, various difficulties during the Vanavasam. The Krishna Bhagavan was there all the time, rescuing them. She says all this. And then Mrde Mrde, continuously, one after another. Anega Maharatastrataha, various weapons thrown by various great warriors. The arrows thrown by Bhishma and Drona and Kripacharya were not ordinary. But how did Krishna Bhagavan took everything on his body? And quickly, an anecdote. After the end of the Mahabharata war, the Kauravas were all killed and war was over. Arjuna was to get down from the chariot, right? Job is over. The normal protocol is for the charioteer to get down first, and then the boss will get down. So Arjuna said, Krishna, get down. Krishna said, no, you get down first. And Arjuna insisted, no, your job, you're a charioteer, you're my Partha, you're Sarathi. No, you get down. Krishna insisted. Then Arjuna got down. After that, Krishna alighted, got down from the chariot. And the whole chariot went up in flame. Arjuna was wonderstruck. What is this, Swami? What happened here? And then Krishna tells him, You think the arrows of weapons thrown at you by Bhishma and Drona were ordinary? I took all of them in the chariot. Okay, so that Anega Maharatha Strataha, from all those people, Abhirakshitaha, he protected. Droni Astrataha cha, from the Brahmastram thrown by Droni, the son of the Dronacharya, also Abhirakshitaha, O Harehe, O Hari, you only protected all this. Verse 24. Now 25. Vipadaha santu naha sasvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavataha darsanam yasyat apunaha bhava darsanam. Vipadaha santu naha sasvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavataha darsanam yasyat apunaha bhava darsanam. Swami, O jagat guru, the Vipadaha santu naha sasvate, again repeatedly, let all difficulties and challenges and obstructions and the miseries and all come our way, because only then darsanam bhavataha darsanam yat syat, only then when your darsanam syat we will obtain, because once we get your darsanam, Swami, punaha Bhava Darsanam will not happen. Apunaha Bhava Darsanam. Apunaha Bhava Darsanam. Apunaha means not again. Okay? Bhava Darsanam means the experiences of the various things we go through in life, the cycle of birth and death. That will not be Apunaha. It will not happen again. Once you get your Darsanam, that will not happen. So let difficulties keep on coming our way, Swami, she says. 26. Janmaihi, this is a beautiful slokam. This 25 and 26 also can be memorized. Janmaihi, Janma Aisvarya Sruta Strivihi Yedamana Madaha Puman Na Yeva Arhati Abhidatum Vai Swam Akinchana Gocharam. This is something to be not only memorized and reflected upon, because it is so true, as we saw in the introduction, where the dhanam is there, Bhagavan is not present there. It's as simple as that. Okay, very simple rule that all through Bhagavatam you hear this. This is what Kunti also says here. Janma Aisvarya Struta Stribihi Yedamana Madaha Puman. Yedamana Madaha Puman Na Eva Arhati Abhidatum Vai Swam Akinchana Gocharam. Akinchana Gocharam, you are not attached to material wealth at all, Swami. That attraction is not there in you. To you, these people, Puman, these people, Yedamana Madaha, ever increasing pride and pomposity and garvam and dhambam, right, and ego. What happened? Because of their birth, their wealth, their scholarship, and the number, which one is this? I'll tell you 1 second. 25. So, 26 it is, 26. I'm in 26 now. And because you may be born in a good family, so you're proud about it. You may have power, you may have fame, you have wealth, learning, etc. So many things in life we have that makes us proud. And those Puman, that is Edamanaha, means with this their head weight increases. Edamanaha, Madaha, that Badam, bride comes. These people, Swami, Na Yeva Harvati, they don't even deserve. They cannot even Swam Abhidhatum, why? To even utter your name. They don't deserve. Okay, certainly, because Akinchana Gocharam, because you are completely devoid of this attachment to wealth. Okay, it's a very important slokam, 25 and 26. 27 also same. At the same time, in 27 she says, Namo Akinchana Vittaya Nivrutta Gunavruttaye Atmaramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Namaskaram to you. Namo Akinchana Vittaya. Same thing again repeating here. Namo Akinchana Vittaya Nivrutta Gunavruttaye Atmaramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Now, overall meaning is Namaskaram to you. because you are the wealth of those people who have no other wealth. You are the wealth. You are the wealth. People without any other wealth. To you, namaskaram to you, because you, the gunas, you are beyond the gunas. The gunas do not affect you. Namaskaram to you again and again. You are immersed in your own bliss. You are santam, prasantam, and you give liberation to all the jivas. Number 28. Manye tvam kalam isanam anadi nidanam vibhum samam charantam sarvatra bhutanam yan mitaha kalihi. Again, manye tvam kalam isanam anadi nidanam vibhum samam charantam sarvatra bhutanam yan mitaha kalihi. Bhagavan is impartial. Prahlada says the same thing. It's amazing. Kunti says the same thing here. Swami, I think. Manye means I think. Now, to me, you are the time spirit itself. Without beginning, without end. Irresistible. And your movement makes no distinction between anyone, good and bad, small and great. It is time that brings about quarrels among people, leading to the destruction of all. Kalihi mitaha, the Kalihi, this Kali Yugam, Kali means Kalaka Yugam. Okay, everything is crooked and mixed up. People assign that you are partial, but actually you are impartial. It doesn't matter, small, big, scholarship, scholar, or an idiot or a dunce. It really doesn't matter. Okay, and in the process of time, everything gets evened out. Number 29, Naveda Kvachite Bhagavan Chikishratam Tava Igamanasya Nunam Vidambhanam Na Yasya Kaschit Dayitosti Karhichite Veshyascha Yasmin Vishama Mathur Nunam. Here the meaning comes. No? And you neither, you're impartial, that is being coming here in Slokam 29. Let me read it again. Naveda Kaschit Bhagavan Chikishratam. Chikishratam means Bhagavan's activities. When he comes out of Avatar Purushan, Chikishratam. Tava Higa Manasya Nunam Vidambhanam. Na Yasya Kaschit Dayitaha Asti Karhichite Dveshyaha Cha Yasmin Vishama Matihi Nunam. Vishamam. One quick word here. It's a colloquial word we use. Vishamam means we immediately think it is mischievous. No. In Sanskritam, samam means one. We say same, not equal. It's one. It's exactly, it's not like two being equal to each other. It is same. That is samam. Samam, the opposite of samam is vishamam, because the Sanskritam grammar is such that vishamam means where it is not same. That means differences appear. Okay? That is what vishamam actually meaning is. So, nunam matihi vishama. That means the people perceive it differently. Vishamam, okay? Please understand that. So, the meaning of 29 is, Swami, no one can even begin to fathom your leela and stories and glories. Because when you take avataram, you emulate, you follow the human, like it comes as a human being that follows the human practices. Right? So you're not able to fathom you. Okay? No one is basically friendly to you or inimical to you. Okay? You are impartial. And you come here only to redeem everybody without any difference, no differentiation, nothing, no partiality. But without understanding this, people attribute differences to you, Swami, what she says in 29. Now I see our time is already up, so I don't know whether I cannot finish the remaining slokan. Let me take one more and we'll stop there for today. Okay? Number 30. Janma karma cha visvatman ajasya akartuhu atmanaha triyan vishishu yadaha su tat atyanta vidambhanam. Janma karma cha visvatman Ajaha asya akartuhu atmanaha tiryang vishishu yadaha su tat atyanta vidambhanam. See, even though Bhagavan is without birth, even though he is actionless, that he doesn't do any action, is only a witness, actions, we do not bind him, right? His actions are free of actions. But he still does all the sportive activities. He takes birth as different species and different embodiments. The overall meaning is the apparent birth and activities of you, Avataram. See, Avataram simply means manifestation of the invisible, ever-present Ekam Sat, the truth, in a way that we can cognize with our senses and we can try to grasp with our mind. Why? Because I can then talk to it, I can touch it, I can sing about it, I can play with it. So many things I can do because Bhagavan comes as Krishna Bhagavan comes. We can touch him, we can play with him as a human being because it is within the cognition of my senses, isn't it? So that is what it is apparent. You are born, even though you are unborn, and even though you are unchanging, changeless love, prema you are, and you don't do anything. But still, Swami, the apparent birth in the Leelas of you are the soul of the universe, okay? Atmanaha means you are the Indral, the thing of everything. But you come as your avataram among the rishis, among men, human beings, and subhuman, and even aquatic creatures like Matsya-avataram, like Kurma-avataram. We have seen all this. And that is a great mystery. Okay, Atyantam, without ending, no end to it. It's impossible to fathom. Bhagavan comes like this, is what she says. You come like this, she says. Okay. Number 30 again. Janma karmacha viswatman ajasya akartuhu atmanaha trivyam nushishu yadahasu tat atyanta vidambhanam. Now, this 31 slokam is a phenomenal slokam that is. And so let us take it up with Bhagavan's grace tomorrow and enjoy it a little bit, okay? Allow me to go a little bit into it, not surfacial, because it is an unbelievable slokam. And then with His grace, we will continue tomorrow. Namaskaram. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Sante Sante Sante. Harihi Om. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha. Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha. Dhumaketur Ganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha. Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha. Shuklambaradharam Vishtum Sasivardam Chaturbhujam. Prasannavadanam dhyayet sarva vignopasantaye. Yasya dviradavaktrabhyaha parishadhyaha parasatam. Vignam vignanti satatam vishvaksenam tamastraye. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha. Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine. Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhisakshine. Krishnadvaipaya Namvyasam Sarvabhuta Hiteratam. Vedabjabhaskaram Vande Samadhi Nilayam Munim. Janmadhyasya yataha anvayat itaratascha arteshu abhignaha swarat. Tene Brahma Hruda yaha adikavaye mukhyanti yat surayah. Tejovari mrudam yatha vinimayo yatritri sargo mrisha. Dhamna sena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Dharmaha prochidha kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam. Vedyam vastavam atra vastu sivadam tapatrayo molanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Kimva Parairisvaraha Sadhyo Hridi Avarudhyate Atra Krutivihi Susrushibhihi तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरदः अभिनेतुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतां तमः अन्धमां संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं ज्ञातसूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue. We are partaking the Kunti Stuti, Kunti, the prayer of Kunti. And we came up to Slokam 30 in Skandam 1, Adhyayam 8. We are doing a quick, brief summary review of Skandam 1, Skandams 1, 2, and 3. And so as part of that summary review, we are going through the prayers of Kunti, and we are listening to it carefully and partaking it and imbibing it. And once is not enough, twice is not enough. So the more and more we listen to this, the more and more benefit that we get from this prayer. We came to Slokam 30 yesterday, we will take up 31. 31 pertains to the Damodara episode, when Bhagavan Krishna, one early fine morning, just around Brahma Muhurtam time, he was caught stealing the butter from one of the Gopika's house, caught red-handed by his mother, Yasoda. So Yasoda gets angry at him, chases him, and he runs and runs and runs. And the kid was very sprightly. Yasoda was a little bit on the plump side, very difficult for her to catch him. So finally he allows himself to be caught. As they approach their house, allows himself to be caught. Yasoda tells him, wait here. You'll be punished today. And she's very angry at him, goes inside and brings a rope. Now, when this little kid sees this rope, what happens? Immediately he starts crying. Tears come down from his eyes, just like a kid would do, a normal child. And Yasoda had dressed him up very well. Those days, if you remember, all our young children, our mothers and grandmothers used to put collyrium on the eye. And when this child started crying, this collyrium also was getting disturbed, was getting mixed up. And this little boy, what was he doing? His face, he had bent his face down in a pose of being extremely afraid. And he was standing there, very afraid, with his head down and tears flowing down his eyes mixed with collyrium. As soon as Yasoda brought this rope. And Kunti says, that scene, when I think about it, I'm really bewildered, Krishna, because she's addressing Krishna now. I'm really bewildered. You know why? Because you are acting as if you're afraid. Fear itself is afraid of you. She says, fear itself is afraid of you, Krishna, and you were there putting up that act that you were afraid and crying. So I'm bewildered and intoxicated in such a sweet manner that the Lord plays such tricks and such leelas. So that's what she says in the slokam. Gopi adade tvayi kritagasi dama tavat yate dasa astrukalila anjana sambhamaksham vaktram niliya bhaya bhavanaya stitasya samam vimohayati bhigi api yat bhiyate in whom even the fear is afraid, is what she says in the sloka 31. As I mentioned, these are all something you can dive deep into, but I'm going to just give you overall meaning for each slogan now. Slogan 32. Kechit ahu rajam jatam, kechit ahu ajam jatam, punya slokasya kirtaye, yadoho priyasya andavaye malayas eva chandanam. The meaning of, once more I'll read it. Kechit ahu ajam jatam, punya slokasya kirtaye, yadoho priyasya andavaye malayah eva chandanam. Now she says, Swami, this little boy crying like this is inscrutable. Very enjoyable, very sweet. Even now when I picture it, you feel so happy. This boy standing there, right, early morning. But she says, Swami, your ways are inscrutable. But people give different reasons of why you take avatar. And some say that, you're really unborn, you have no birth, but you take form and you are born in the virtuous line of the Yadus in order to enhance the reputation, the fame of the Yadava clan. Because even today when we talk of Yadava Kulatilaka, we sing about Krishna, right? So the whole lineage has got this timeless reputation, the kirti, because you are born, because of your love towards them. Just the same way, the sandalwood on the Malaya mountain gives it fragrance, and the fame of the Malaya mountain is far and widespread. Everybody knows the mountain has got sandalwood, therefore they come there. Like that, you took birth in Yadava clan to give them fame and reputation, endless, infinite, eternal reputation, kirti that you have showered on them, some people say. And 33, apare Vasudevasya devakyam yachitaha abhyagate adaha tvam asya kshemaya vadhaya cha surad visham. Apare Vasudevasya devakyam yachitaha abhyagate adaha tvam asya kshemaya vadhaya cha surad visham. Now, some other people, they think, you took birth as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki because of the penance, the austerities and the prayers that they had practiced in their previous births. And they wanted to beget you as a son. Therefore, you took birth, and then you could carry out the welfare of the world by eliminating the wicked from it. Some people say that's the reason you were born. To birth the son in order to as a blessing for their penance and austerity they did in previous birth, but he took birth also to eliminate the wicked. Okay, Surad Visham Vadhaya. Number 34. Bhara Avataranaya Anye Bhuvaha Nava Iva Udadhav Sidantya Bhuri Bharene Jataha Hi Atma Bhuvarthitaha. 34. Bhara avataranaya anye bhuvaha nava iva udadhav sidantya bhuri bharene jataha hi atma bhuva arthitaha. Now, then some others say that, you took birth at the request of Brahma. Why? To relieve the earth of its burden. Because the wicked and the unrighteous other big people were increasing in number. So the Bhudevi was suffering. So Brahma came and requested, pray to you. So he took birth just like a way a boat, that's about to capsize is saved by throwing away the superfluous contents on it. Then the boat will not capsize. Like that, you took birth in response to the prayer of Brahma. Some other people say like that. 35. Bhavesmin Krishya mananam avidya kama karmabhihi sravana svaranar hani karishan iti kechana. 35. Bhavesmin Krishya mananam avidya kama karmabhihi sravana svaranar hani karishan iti kechana. 35. Now, still some others maintain the only reason you took Avataram Swami is to help and guide people struggling in the samsara sagaram, the chain of cause and effect, the cycle of birth and death, because they're suffering like this because of their ignorance and desire, and they always follow desire-prompted actions. Kama parayanam, kamartham is what they do. And then because of that, they get repeated births and deaths. And you took birth to guide them in the right path with teaching suited for the devotional disciplines of hearing and remembering your leelas, your stories and glories. That's the reason. So that the moment you came, they all can listen to your stories and glories and the leelas. They can remember it, they can reflect on it, and by doing that, they'll be weaned away from the ignorant, dark path, the desire-filled path that they are following. That's why they'll be freed from the cycle of birth and death. That's the reason you took birth, is what some others say. Number 36. Srinvanti, Gayanti, Grunanti, Abhikshnasaha, Smaranti, Nandanti, Tava, Tavehitam, Janaha, Ta eva, Pasyanti, Achirena, Tavakam, Bhava, Pravaho, Paramam, Padam, Bhujam. 36 again. Srinvanti, Gayanti, Grunanti, Abhikshnasaha, Smaranti, Nandanti, Tavehitam, Janaha, Tayeva Pasyanti Achirena Tavakam Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padam Bhujam. Bhava Pravaha Aparamam Pada Ambujam. Number 36. Now, those people who always hear about, listen to, recite, chant, praise, remember, reflect, and take delight in your leelas, in your sportive actions, they very quickly attain your lotus feet. And that will put an end to their cycle of birth and death. Because she says in 36. Another slokam that can be memorized, repeated. Okay. Number 37. Api adhya nahatvam sukrutehita prabho jivatasi Svit Suhruta Anujivinaha Yesham Nacha Anyat Bhavataha Pada Ambujate Parayanam Rajasu Yujitam Hasam. Beautifully she says in 37, we see the meaning in a minute. Apyadhyanastvam Sakrutehita Prabho Jihasasi. Jihasasi is very important. Jihasasi Svit Suhruta Anujivinaha Yesham Nacha Anyat Bhavataha Padamujate Parayanam Rajasu Yujitam Hasam. Naha for us, just quickly, I can't contain myself from translating some Padangal for you. It's so beautiful. Anyat Bhavataha Padambujat Anyat Bhavataha, other than your lotus feet. That's what it means. Okay, let us see what she says here, overall meaning. O Jagat Prabho, she says, the protector of all, you indulge in all these leelas, Swami, for the delight of your bhaktas. Because bhaktas hear your stories, they feel so blissful. Okay, isn't it? So that's the reason you do all these leelas and sportive actions and all that. Are you going to abandon us, Swami? Krishna, he said, we are your friends. We are your dependents. Are you going to avoid? Are you going to abandon us? She says, see, Swakrute hita Prabha Jighasasi Svit Suhrutaha Anujivinaha. So we are your friends. Anujivinaha. We are dependent on you. Okay? Tvam Jighasasi. Are you going to abandon us? She says. Beautifully she says, except your feet, we have no strength to sustain us against the anger and the might of various kings and royal houses who entertain enmity towards us, she says. Accept your lotus feet. We have no other strength. Are you going to abandon us? We are your dependent. This is exactly what Draupadi says when they tried to snatch away her sari, which they didn't succeed. Okay? So, beautiful slokam again, unbelievable. 38. Ke vayam namarupabhyam yadubihi saha pandavaha bhavataha adarsanam yarhi rishikanam ive situhu. Ke vayam namarupabhyam yadubihi saha pandavaha bhavato darsanam yarhi rishikanam ive situhu. 38. Without you among us, if you are not present among us, see how beautifully she says, if you are not present among us, what will be the condition of us, Krishna? The Yadus and the Pandavas, what will be the condition of us if you are not here? Now, Yadavas and Pandavas, they all have attained their well-being and reputation and prosperity only because you are present with us. That's the only reason. Now, if you're not present here, it will be like the condition of the organs of the body when the soul has departed from the body. It's a very beautiful comparison. I really wish I could share that story with you. So beautiful. Same thing is given by Sahadeva after hearing the news that Krishna has departed the body. Same thing he says. Very quickly I'll tell you that since it comes to mind. Same example he gives. Everybody is sad, Yudhishthira, everybody, but now Sahadeva very maturely says, no, don't worry. The soul has left the body, and let me take 1 minute and tell you this very quickly because it's such an important story. When Krishna visited to make peace in the Sabha, the palace hall of Dhritarashtra, and Duryodhana accuses him, Krishna, you're being partial to the Pandavas, he says. Then Krishna gets up. With both his hands behind him, he was pacing up and down that hall royally, like a lion he was. And remember what he said, asked Sahadeva to Yudhishthira. He said, you ask me if I'm partial to Pandavas, I will tell you what Pandavas are to be. Pandavas are the body. I am their soul, is what he said. Sahadeva remains Yudhishthira of this, after Krishna has left his body. Then he tells Yudhishthira, no, this is not a time to be sad. When the soul leaves the body, the organs, the part of the body will still remain warm for some time. Like that, we are also living right now. But very soon we have to leave also. That's what he says. Like this, she says beautifully, if you are not here, Krishna, it will be like the condition of the organs, the parts of the body, that when the soul has departed from the body, she says. 39. Neyam sobhishyate tatra yate danim gadadhara tvat padayrankita bhati salakshana vilakshitaihi. Na iyam neyam sobhishyate tatra yate danim gadadhara tvat padayrankita bhati salakshana vilakshitaihi. 39. When this country ceases to be adorned, beautified with your auspicious footmarks. Wherever Swami walks, it's extremely auspicious. When there is no more footmarks of yours, then this country will cease to be that beautiful and prosperous place that it happens to be at present, is what she says. Okay? Number 40. Ime janapadaha Sruddhaha Supakvaushadhi Virudaha Vanadrinadju Danbanto Hridante Tava Vikshitaihi. Number 40. इमे जनपदाः सृग्धाः सुपौषधी वीरुदः वनाद्रिनद् उदन्वन्तः हि उदन्ते तव वीक्षितैः. Now Kunti is continuing. Now in this region, all things in the region, Krishna, villages are prosperous, vegetation is lush and rich, forests, mountains and seas, everything is alive, so beautiful. They all look so beautiful, so lush, so luxuriant they are. Why? They seem to have put on a gala appearance because of the glance falling on them. When Swami is there, naturally you will be smiling, you will be expectant that Bhagavan will look at you. Like that, they are all well dressed, beautiful they are, because they are all waiting for your glance to fall on them. That is number 40. 41. Atha Visvesa Visvatman Visvamurte Svakeshu Me Snegapasam Nam Chindi Dridham Pandushu Vrishtishu. It's a beautiful prayer from her. It is not like she is asking in the earlier thing, please give us more and more suffering so that we can always think of you. No. Yes, she said that. But look what her real prayer is. This slokam says that. Ata Visvesa Visvatman Visvamurte Svakeshu Me Snegapasam Imam Chindi Dridham Pandushu Vrishtishu. She says, O Bhagavan, the soul of the indweller, and she is a Visvamurte, the one who is all pervasive, all appearing everywhere. She says, O Krishna, cut asunder, cut it. The strongly rooted attachment I have for the clan of the Pandavas and the Yadus, because I think they are mine. I'm attached to them. Cut this attachment, Krishna, she says. Cut this attachment. That was a beautiful prayer from her. Okay? Let me read that prayer slokam again for you. Ata Visvesa Visvatman Visvamurtesa Keshu Me Snegapasam Imam Chindi. Chindi means cut completely. Dridham, the strong Pandushu Vrishtishu. That pasam is very dridham. Pasam attachment. Okay? And the Chindi, cut it here, right now. Then 42. Tvayi me ananya vishaya matihi madhupatehe asakrutu ratimud ratimud vahata daddha gangaihi augam udanvati. Tvayi me ananya vishaya matihi madhupatehe asakrutu ratimud vahata daddha bhagata adaddha gangaihi augam udanvanti. She says, next one, how is that? This cutting attachment continues. She says, my dearest Swami, she says, just as the river Ganga, a continuous stream flowing towards the ocean, the same way may my mind, giving up all other objects, become a continuous stream of love and attachment to you as its sole object. That is a prayer. 41 and 42 are a real prayer. Beautiful slokam. Tvayi me ananya vishaya matihi madhupatehe asakrut madhupatehe ratimut bhagata daddha gangaihi augam udanvati. Now 43. Sri Krishna, Krishna Saka, Krishna Rishabha, Avanidhruk, Rajanya Vamsa Dahana, Anapavarga Virya, Govinda, Godbija, Surarti Hara, Avatara, Yogeswara, Akhila Guru, Bhagavan Namaste. She's saying Namaskaram finally. How does she describe him? Hey Sri Krishna, Krishna Sakha. Here Krishna refers, second one refers to Arjuna. Arjuna's another name was Krishna. Remember that. Hey Sri Krishna, hey the friend of Arjuna, Sakha. Vrishni Rishabha, the most exalted among the Vrishni Kulam. Avani Dhruk Rajanya Vamsa Dahana. Avani Dhruk. In this whole world there are lots of kings who were creating lots of cruelties. For all of them, you were scorching them like a fire. Anapavarga virya, but your viryam was not even, did not even decrease. Absolutely no change. Okay? Govinda is the indweller who manifests as a sabdam that we all speak. Okay? Govinda, Goat, Bija, Goho, the cows, Bija, Brahmins, Sura, the Devas, the Sadhukar, Artihara. Artihara means to destroy their sufferings and miseries and all that, and problems they have. Okay, whether it's a cow or the Brahmins or the Suraha, the Devas, Artihara. And for that purpose, Avatara, you've taken Avataram. Yogeshwara, Akhila Guru, Hey Bhagavan, Te Namaha, Namaste, he says. Sri Krishna, Krishna Sakha, Vrishni Rishabha, Avanidhya, Rajanya Vamsa, Dahana, Anapavarga Virya, Govinda, God Bija, Surartihara, Avatara, Yogeshwara, Akhila Guru, Bhagavan Namaste. That's what she prays. So look at 41, 42, what does she say? And all this she says, Swami, we cannot live without you. We will like the soul from the body is gone. And please cut my attachment to my own sons. Can you believe this? Own my sons, Pandavas. I think they are mine, Krishna. No, cut this attachment. And please bless me so my mind flows only towards you, like the way Ganga flows to the ocean. That is her prayer. And what did Krishna do? Later on, we'll go through this. We'll go through Parikshit's story. Hopefully, we'll cover that. But what Swami wants me to cover, it will happen. When Yudhishthira comes and shares the news that morning to Kunti, Kunti did not sleep the night before, because the night before, Yudhishthira and the Pandavas did not come and take her blessings, which was a normal practice before going to bed. They used to come and fall at the feet of their mother and take her blessings. But that did not happen the night before. And she also had heard from her maids, servants, that Arjuna had arrived from Dwaraka. And so she was waiting for Arjuna to come and pay his respects to her, but Arjuna did not show up. So Kunti did not sleep the whole night. She was waiting and waiting and waiting. Next morning rose, and then finally, when Yudhishthira and Arjuna and Bhima and the people come there, Kunti could not stop herself. She said, oh, come on, why did you not come? I was waiting for you. How is Krishna? How are the Yadavas? She was asking about all the people in Dwaraka. They're all related to her. Then Arjuna had his face down. He could not lift his face up. Kunti was very worried. Arjuna, what happened? What message did Krishna send me? Tell me. And he's the one who takes care of all of us. Like that she was talking. And when she was going non-stop like this, Yudhishthira could not bear it any longer. Then, without he be able to control himself, he said, Amma, you're talking about Krishna? No, we have lost him. He's gone. The moment he said that, Kunti stopped her talk. What? My Krishna? My Nanda, my Gopala, the treasure of my heart, he has widowed this earth. Oh Krishna, Krishna, she said. And then, I think, going to see him, that very moment, she breathed her last and passed away. That's how much of a devotee she was. In response to this prayer, how Bhagavan blessed her. That is Kunti Stuti. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम।